Thank you for voting. We're gonna watch PICS That Raise My Blood Pressure by Emkay.
An ad in this novel placed right in the middle of the narration.
Huh?
By this time, I'm usually in bed, reading a library book or watching a movie on my phone. As a gift to myself, I open a subscription to the Hallmark channel so I can stream unlimited romances for $5.99 a month, and they're the perfect way to unwind at the end of a night. As I turn out the light and rest my head on my pillow, I revel in the comfort of happily ever after, of families reunited and scoundrels sent packing, of treasure. What book was this inserted into?
I know.
And who do we get to shoot to death for doing it? Like, is this not the most insultingly disgusting thing you've ever seen? This is why we tell you to buy physical, like when it comes to books, or buy used, so that these new versions that have updated language to fit the times do not end up in your hands. You deserve more than that for sure. If I'm reading the original Frankenstein novel or something like that, and then I see references to TikTok or some shit, I am getting my money back one way or another. That is so gross and pathetic. I will never subscribe to the Hallmark channel for many, many reasons, dude. That is so sad.
Personally, haven't experienced this before, but imagine if it's placed at a climax of a story. Ugh. Immersion lost. Much like when you're playing a rank match and your mom asks you to buy vegetables. Hiya.
Can't calculate my retirement because is so sad. Paychecks can't calculate my retirement because I have unrealistic expectations.
What kind of expectations?
Hell is paychecks?
I know.
See. How old do you want to be when you retire? You want to be 65? Retirement age must be between 225 and 86. What? Look, I know it's just a stupid website design thing and they have to have specific numbers for stuff, but who in the hell built it so that you could pretend you want to retire at age 225?
Let's try to at least be alive during 225.
Whatever. Just neat. What do you mean I can't retire at 65?
I know.
I'm gonna retire right now. Spent 2.5 hours filling out visa forms. Clicked submit and saw this. Let me guess, you missed one number 35 pages back and it resets all the forms because nothing gets to be saved when you're filling stuff out. Is it one of those? Session timed out. Visa forms for the United States? Isn't that crazy?
I hate those. Especially like when you're registering for something. Like in those universities, sometimes the Wi-Fi isn't too good. Like when you're registering for a course, you need a very good Wi-Fi. If not, every course is gonna be taken over by other people. And when you painstakingly finally got into that website, and then after you choose your subject and it's session timed out, the horror.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's so cool. 2.5 hours. So not only are they making it dangerous and awful for people to visit, you shouldn't be visiting, but they're also making it literally impossible for people to visit. It's almost like our current organization wants to destroy our entire economy to privatize everything they can.
And it's a
My son was playing with a random
application.
seashell at the beach. Oh, that's cool. uversion.com. Download the app. Start a Bible habit. Don't go to that website, please. I don't know why people that look, if you want to share your religion with others and get them to convert and all that, okay. However, I'm getting real sick and tired of people who want to do that. Littering on the planet you're meant to respect that was
And it's a fake seashell too, dang.
given to you by your God, given to you freely by that God. It's gross. It's gross to trick people, to throw things away like this, mainly it's a lot of tricking people, to scare people, to abuse people. This is just gross. I really wish you could catch a fine for this. I used to sit on this ledge waiting for the bus. It seems they installed this bar to prevent people from sitting here. And we know why. We know why they don't want people sitting down. It's because if you're allowed to sit down, then a homeless person is allowed to sit down.
No.
And dare I say it, if a homeless person is allowed to sit down, then they're allowed to lie down. And if they can do that, the whole world breaks apart. The fabric of reality will absolutely rip itself from every fiber of its very being if a homeless person is allowed 1 microsecond
That's
of
kinda
respite
sad.
from this horrific journey they have been forced to take for
Yeah.
one reason or another. And in punishing homeless people, we have to make sure that we punish you. Screw you. Like, I know they put it out a little too far. I'm still gonna sit there, motherfucker. I'm still sitting there. You're not gonna get me to run off. No way. I can just sit slightly behind the bar. Thanks.
Slightly
Of course, the
behind
bar's
the
not gonna
bar.
prevent someone from lying down there, but what a pathetic, like, display.
Well, you could lie down, or if you want to sit, you could just wedge yourself in between the bars and put your hands and dangle your hands over the bars. Yeah. The poor homeless people, man. What did they do unless they snatch your wallet or something? Then, I don't know. Life haven't been so good to them.
Hey, you know, as if that's gonna deter me. I think it's more like theater though, because if they really wanted to keep people off, they would do that bullcrap where they put spikes because they're insane.
sheesh.
Grandkids
No.
broke the new basketball hoop 2 weeks in. You forgot to tell them no dunking, didn't you? You didn't tell them not to be dunking. Damn it. You have no one but yourself to blame. Honestly, the kids are gonna dunk. The kids yearn to slam dunk,
Yeah.
baby. Recently had
Slam
surgery,
dunk.
and $40 of my bill is for having a blanket put on me in the recovery room. I was unconscious and did not, obviously, keep the blanket. This right here is probably one of the
What?
bigger problems in U.S. health.
Huh? Just for a blanket, $40, which is like equivalent to 160 ringgit over here. Holy, so expensive just for that frigging blanket warming. Who cares? I rather catch a cold.
Care. I'm assuming this is U.S. healthcare, but like looking at everything, I would have to assume it's here in the U.S. Dollars or not, whatever. That's my assumption.
That's
And
kinda
it's
bad.
Like that. That is why everything is so expensive. Not like the only reason, obviously, but when you've got $1-trillion health insurance corporations hoarding as much of your money as they possibly can, of course.
Yeah, but blanket warming, huh?
A hospital, a for-profit business, because so many of them are, is going to seize the opportunity to pretend that putting a blanket on someone is worth $40.59, or giving you a single type.
And the frigging 59 cents. Why can't you round it off? But how do they calculate this? The steps the nurse took to find the blanket and walk towards you? What?
Tylenol is $30.22 and stuff like that. They're going to try and get as much as they possibly can by fudging these
This is
numbers and doing
bonkers.
this shit. Because I feel like no one in their right mind who works in the healthcare industry thinks that because I put a blanket on you, you should be charged $40.
Where
Makes
in the
any
world
sense,
is
especially
this?
when I was unconscious and I didn't even get to keep the blanket. You know, seems a little completely
Yeah.
goddamn insane, right? I don't know
Like, at least let me keep the blanket, you know?
what most of this stuff is, and they make sure that you can't know what most of this stuff is. There's no real way to dumb down HC main or level C initial for 29,247.
That would be
whatever the
so
hell that
mad.
means. Also, an electrolyte solution? What? Let me guess. For $230, they fed you Gatorade? I know it's not that. Obviously, I'm being a smartass. I've been waiting 8 years for broadband internet, and the first thing they did while laying fiber was cut my power and water lines.
Why?
I don't think you've been waiting for broadband, you've been waiting for fiber. But yeah, that's a little
Fiber.
insane. It's probably just because they go through all these not so awesome contractors to get the job done to save them
Dang.
some money because they don't have, like a lot of the fiber companies, like the one that we're working with, unfortunately, a lot of them get bought out by billion-dollar corporations before they even get to you. Ours
Oh,
did.
the
Immediately got
capitalism.
bought out. And they warned us about that. Still gonna take it and keep our contract anyway. But of course, the billion-dollar corporations are gonna do whatever they can to save money, so they're gonna hire random-ass third-party contractors that don't follow any of the rules that they're supposed to follow. Neighbors let their
But they're billion-dollar companies.
chickens free roam.
Do your job.
Look, man. I think it. Look, I've got a neighbor that has
Oh, what
let
did I
their
say?
chickens free roam.
Oh, I hate those. However, maybe you can kidnap the chickens because they let it free roam, ma. Who knows whose chicken is this? You kidnap one chicken and make soup. Just to compensate the emotional damage.
Look, man. I think it. Look, I've got a neighbor that has chickens. I think it's cool, right? You don't get to let them roam around the neighborhood,
Yeah.
though. They need to be able to roam around a fenced-in area. I know free roam is good and all, but not when they're coming to my house messing with my you know? They're not my
Yeah.
chicken, okay?
Yeah, they're
You need
not
to give them a
mine.
space that they can roam around, not...
Oh, and I would wanna complain about something too. My neighbors like to let their animals roam around and they always poop around. Jeez, I hate those. The poop in the middle of the road, bro.
anybody's yard. You know, you don't own anybody else's places. So if they're causing havoc and being annoying, you
Go
need to
kidnap
figure
them.
that out, all right? All right. Or here's a trade offer. Here's a trade offer. They can roam around my as much as they want, as much as you want. I get free eggs whenever I want. As long as they're
Sure.
laying them,
That
I
one
get
too.
free eggs. Someone lit a cigarette in the plane's lavatory, triggering the
You wanna
smoke
make
alarm
soup?
on board. I am so serious. If you, in the year of our Lord, 2026, light a cigarette on a plane, regardless of where that plane is, knowing full well the consequences and having been told multiple times that you cannot do that, you may not do that, and you still do it anyway, I don't think you should be allowed on an airplane again. I know that's extreme,
True.
but genuinely, how f***ing dare your arrogant ass think you get to do whatever you want to do in a place that most people are incredibly uncomfortable and anxious about being in? If a
Honestly, I don't think you should smoke in an airplane. What if it suddenly caught on fire and then whoosh and boom? We have those nicotine pills or something. Nicotine candies?
smoke alarm goes off while I'm in a plane flying somewhere, I'm gonna
That's
kill you. We're just gonna
scary.
get to where we're going. I'm gonna beat your ass, and I don't even fight well. You'd probably win, and I'm gonna get you, dude. We went to the vet since our dog was unable to jump up and was walking weird. This was her as soon as we walked into the exam room. The vet said this happens all the time.
Huh?
Animals will come in and suddenly they're healed. Oh, I see. Well, I do hope that nothing was actually wrong, of course, because I've had
True.
many a pet that I've had to take in, and they've had, some problems, and they have not suddenly sprung back to life when taking them in. But I wonder if it's a response to, no, I'm not sick. Look, I'm okay. And, they fight through whatever's going on because no animal likes going to the vet,
No,
No one likes
really?
going to the doctor because there's always that anxiety that maybe you got something wrong. I get it. The animals understand it too. They don't want anything to be wrong, and they don't like how uncomfortable vets' offices are. Landlord installed
Wait,
an app.
does that happen? If it does, that's kind of sad.
Landlord installed an app-controlled smart deadbolt while I was at work.
But there are
Had to
those?
stand outside at 11 p.m. downloading an app to get into my own place.
What
It needed
the
an account, email verification, a 6-digit PIN, location services on, which doesn't make any sense.
That's
The
a
lock is
lot.
not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And 47 pages of terms and conditions. My phone was at 12%, and I was holding a rotisserie chicken. Called in this morning and asked what happens when my phone dies. He said, the app rarely goes down. That's not an answer, Kevin. My keys never crashed. Oh, he took away your keys? So you literally don't
Huh?
have a way to utilize keys to enter your home? I
Wait,
think
then is he just standing outside just to like register that account? Huh? What if a hacker hacks into the app and goes into your house or something? Huh?
your landlord's just a moron who got taken for a ride and got sold a system that sucks absolute ass, but he was assured it's super cool. And he doesn't
It's
like having to
super cool.
keep track of keys and spend the extra 12 cents a year that his, poor landlord ass would have to deal with. But
That's
yeah, no,
annoying.
we'd be having problems. We would be having problems. I think it's kind of crazy that landlords are allowed to do shit like this whenever they want, and you don't get to fight back at all. If you say,
Like, what happened if it malfunctions? Either you're locked inside your house or you're locked outside your house.
no, change it, give me my lock back. Absolutely not. He's not going to do it. There's like no way to combat these people who think that they get to dictate shit like this to make your life more expensive and more difficult for no reason. It doesn't affect them at all. It only affects you, and they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
That's not making your property more secure. It's making it significantly less secure.
What happens if it's a
motherfucker with a
thief?
flipper zero and a real pissy mindset wants to get in here? I mean, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure you wouldn't be able to. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm not the type of guy that would do that. I'm not sure what you can and cannot get away with. I was aiming for a 30-minute 5K. I see. Damn, you were so close. It's like a more frustrating version of people that were trying to beat Resident Evil Requiem in
But
under
still,
4
what?
hours and beat the game in
In
4
4
hours and
hours.
2 seconds. Someone fell through my ceiling while investigating my attic during my open house. Some guy wanted to take a look at my water heater. He didn't
What
offer
the-
an explanation. He just left. So your water heater's in the attic? That's kind of crazy, actually. And he didn't.
At least pay for the damages that your big butt caused by climbing the ceiling. Or is this a thief? Just sue him. throw him to the police.
Attics are particular. Like, they've got areas you're not supposed to stand on. So some dude came in here, ruined your ceiling and the attic floor. Great. Caused a huge mess and then just f***ed off. Did he provide any kind of identification for who he was at all? Like, was he working for someone, like the utility company? Or like, who was that? Was it just a guy that showed up and you let in? I just wanted water. This is a shared fridge. Holy crap, dude. Yeah, if our fridge where I live ever got like this, we're having a house meeting and we're gonna fix this. Because
I have experienced a shared house before. Our fridge is kind of small too. It's a small fridge shared by around 6 people. So how do we divide this stuff? We just determine that one section belongs to one person. Or maybe half of the section, depending on your stuff. My shared house experience is quite okay. It's not too bad. Nobody got into fights. We were a very peaceful shared house.
Because I've got a sneaky suspicion that most of what's in there is moldy and disgusting and ruined, genuinely. So I'm the type of roommate you'd be very annoyed by.
His annoyance is completely fair. Luckily, my shared house experience isn't like that. Yay.
Things clean, which you might appreciate, but if you don't keep things clean and expect me to do all of that for you, then we're gonna have a problem, and I'm not gonna be a roommate you like very much anymore because I have more respect for where I live than you do. You know, that kind of shit. This is so gross, so unacceptable. It just is. It just is, dude. Look at how...
Like, might wanna buy another fridge for that. It clearly looks that there's no space.
Nasty that fridge is. Look at what... Dude, the Baker house in RE7 was cleaner than this fridge, man. That's crazy work. Your roommates need to grow up. I just wanted to know the next stop. Well, no, you don't get to know, okay? Stop wanting things, idiot. I don't know. Okay, well, never mind. It's not being mean, but the fact that it's being honest. I appreciate the honesty. The machines need to be a little bit more honest with us as time goes on. How my wife locks her bike. I have to keep...
Wait, is that an actual thing that happened? Or is the next station named? I don't know. When the station was made, the secretary asked, "What are you going to name the station?" And the person who is in charge of it ran out of ideas and said, "I don't know." So, I don't know station was born.
How my wife locks her bike. I have to keep a constant eye on her. Okay, let's see. So, right. No, that's a bit of a problem. I can see at the very least, at the very
least, you could just pull it out without much difficulties.
Very least. There might be enough of a deterrent of someone having to cut that sucker off the wheel. I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe instead of having to keep an eye on your wife, I'm assuming that you're communicating with her that she did not lock this up correctly, rather than going, "Oh, I have a really stupid wife. Let's make fun of her on the internet." I really hope you're actually talking with her about stuff, because we all...
Like, at least tell her, bro. Like, don't just bully her in the internet. You chose her, but just tell her.
Do boneheaded moves like this. I've done it before. It's how I've lost a bike before. I can't reach my package delivered to the highest locker. I'm 5 feet tall. You know, they never think about this. Whenever they construct these hubs or anything else, even remotely similar to it, they don't take into account people. They take into account, no, just not people. They really don't, and it's very annoying. These are convenient for some folks. For sure, they are convenient. They give you a place to have a package delivered if you live with shitty family that's always opening stuff up and invading your privacy or otherherwise.
Invading your privacy.
Like, these are good. These are good. However, some people are 5 feet tall, and if you have a 7-foot tall locker, no amount of longer arms is going to help them out, and they shouldn't have to beg somebody for a ladder, or dare I say it, uppies, in order to get...
Like, I mean, an uppies. Hello, sir, please give me an uppie. I can reach my stuff. Or at least put a ladder beside this locker, man.
Their package. When my girlfriend eats pizza with me, she scrapes off all the toppings and just eats the bread.
That's kind of funny. When I was a baby fox, it's not pizza, but a hamburger. I just took the toppings, like the the burger bread, and eat. I think it's the mayonnaise. I like the mayonnaise taste. I throw all the in-between patty to my family and just ate the bread.
That is interesting. That like, you mean it too. Like, she scrapes all the food off. At that point, why not just take her to Olive Garden and give her breadsticks? I know we all have quirky ways that we eat. I'm quirky as shit. I eat the same like things every day, okay?
Or she likes to eat the toppings for last. Then I get it.
I'm David Lynching my diet, that's for sure. But you're eating none of the food at all. You're getting like none of the, like I know it's covered in oil and salt and all that, but you're also not getting any of the actual nutritional value still in there, okay? And I know someone's about to go pizza and nutritional value. Yes, our bodies can synthesize vitamins and good stuff from just about any...
Pizza and vitamins, hello? However, who knows that she wants to stir fry the toppings afterwards. A free dinner ingredient. I don't know how it tasted after getting stir fried with the pizza taste. I don't know, but who knows?
Food we eat, so yeah, pizza is food. It's just weird. It's just weird. I hope she's doing all right, and I hope there's no pressure from you about like eating too much or something like that. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Are you pressuring your girlfriend into eating less? Because if you are, I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna eat you too. We've reached a point where made with real potatoes is supposed to impress us. Oh yeah, no colors from artificial sources. Ooh, why would there be, dude? Literally, why would there need to be any artificial colors on a salted potato chip at all? Like genuinely insane that they have to advertise made with real potatoes now. Yeah, I would sure hope so.
It's freaking Lay's. Don't tell me you're eating rainbow-colored potatoes. Have you ever seen rainbow-colored potatoes, huh?
So, potatoes are quite plentiful and easy to get a hold of. CC'd into the rejection pool. As if getting one rejection email wasn't enough, I got everyone else's, plus a second one addressed to me, not pictured. Oh, that's really, really cool. How unprofessionally stupid of the recruiters to do this. Well, that's nice. That's gonna be plenty of spam that just makes you feel better and better.
And it's from the same person.
And better as the day goes on, huh? Costco Return, an outdoor playset that had obviously been used for years. Wait, is there like no statute of limitations on Costco returns? Hold on, I'm gonna look into that. Okay, so it looks like Costco actually has an utterly insane return policy where they've got lots of buts in there, like 90 days for electronics and jewelry and stuff like that. But it seems like on most merchandise, they guarantee satisfaction and will refund your purchase price without a time limit so long as it doesn't fall under the exceptions that they do outline. And that is crazy. And it sucks to see somebody clearly taking insanely pathetic advantage of that return policy. Stuff like this is why those exceptionally generous policies get taken away from us, is when people start going, well, let me return the stuff I've had for 12 years in my lawn because I can and could use that extra, I don't know how much. I don't, like, it's insane. I think it's lame. Now, I'm not gonna sit there and pretend like they're a demon. Maybe they fell on hard times and this was a way for them to get some money. But like, still, this is why we lose these cool policies.
Just add a few hours or a few days. Don't need like limitless return policy.
AI identified me as a dark animal. Okay, a dark animal is walking on the porch. We need to get rid of the Ring cameras now.
What a dark animal is. So if you have dark color skin and wearing a dark outfit, you're considered a dark animal. Okay, got it.
I feel like there are other, because I don't mind a video doorbell system. It's a cool idea, but I don't like Ring having all this access that they're taking it from you. They're taking your video footage to use how they see fit for sure. I don't believe them if they say they're not. It's creepy, it's weird, and we need to stop giving every corporation video footage of every moment of our lives and locations. We do. I understand that they already have so much, but I'm not just gonna willingly give them more. This screen at the bus station. I see this every day. It doesn't show when the bus will arrive. It's only showing a Windows 10 lock screen with a broken clock. It's 6 p.m. Has anybody bothered to mention anything to anyone about this? I mean, I don't know who you...
It's 6 p.m., but it's no, it's 12. 5 minutes to 1. Why is it even there if it's useless?
Would mention this to, or who would realistically get it fixed, but clearly it has to get fixed, right? Like, right? That wasn't even one of the options. Huh, well, lucky you got a Sprite though, dude. Although, okay, I will say, this could be...
It was supposed to be a Mountain Dew. What is this? Amanda Dry, what? Or is it this one? Huh. One of these days, I really want to find a Dr. Pepper. What does it even taste like?
Worse than it is, depending on which soda you picked. In my opinion, if I wanted a Mountain Dew and I got a Sprite, I'd be a little bit annoyed. But if I got a Sprite instead of, say, a Sunkist, I'm probably gonna feel pretty good about that. Lowe's put a return ceiling fan back on the shelf and sold it as new. Luckily, Steve M had my back. This fan is bad, thanks. I'm really glad that Steve was there for you. What a helpful bro. And it's really annoying that they didn't check this at all. He knew they weren't gonna open it up and double check
That's so
at
funny.
all. That's why this note was still in there. Lowe's, pack it up, dude. My old manager from Subway made my sandwich and deliberately crushed it. Nice. Well, your old manager from Subway still works at Subway, so maybe that's why he's so pissy. Brother-in-law asked to use some
Like, how dare you quit your job? There, have an ugly sandwich. At least he did not spit in it.
Subway still works at Subway, so maybe that's why he's so pissy. Brother-in-law asked to use some tape to back his boxes. What did he do? Just keep the tape at that point, dude. Keep it. No. You did something weird with it. You can have it. I know he'll probably be a dick and just throw it away, but I don't. What am I supposed to do with the tape now? Genuine question. My cat threw up directly on top of my newly repaired Sega Saturn.
No.
Oh. Well, if you act quick, you should be able to get that cleaned up relatively easily. It looks like it hasn't seeped in too much to the cracks, anything like that. Unplug it, hold it upside down. You can do this. I believe in you. God, it is a gorgeous model too. Coolest UI I think that's ever existed on a console, genuinely.
No, they even have time to take a picture of it, man. It may be savable before, but now, RIP.
Coolest UI I think that's ever existed on a console, genuinely. This windowless room I work in does have a window, but it's above the drop ceiling. Why do people do this? What is it with offices and not wanting people to see outside anymore? Have you heard about, like, building owners in general wanting to get rid of windows? Like, people don't need windows. No, they don't need to see outside. Why do they think we're actual machines? It's weird, right? I don't want to drone too on and on about it. Look, I've only worked in an office a few times in my life. You've heard me talk about Comcast. I say a few. That's the only actual office now that I think about it. Anyway, you've heard me moan on and on and on about...
Wait. Now that I think about it, my office before don't have windows too.
That, but I feel like there's been this growing sentiment for a little while about a lot of stuff, but one of the things I picked up on is getting rid of windows or scaling back on them at places where people live or work. Not very loud, like it's not a big humongous thing that's happening. It's just something I've been picking up on more and more of recently, because of course they don't see you as people. You're not a family. You're a number, okay? You're a goddamn number. But
That's
you're family when I need to manipulate you, right? Am I right?
Holy shit, this is scary. Do you see the face over there? Oh, if that happens to me, I'ma throw the chair towards them.